Hello, everybody, and welcome to Verbling. Teacher Ryan here with you for the next hour as we consider something called manners. And it's interesting how, from country to country, what is acceptable as good manners can be a little bit different. Uh, for example, when eating, maybe something that you do in the United States would be offensive in another country, or vice versa. So we're going to talk about manners and etiquette in different countries, and I'm going to present the class with some hypothetical situations to see what they would do. What would good manners demand of them from their culture? Let's put a couple of links here for you in the chat box. First link I'm going to give you is to my Facebook page. If you'd like to visit me there, you can, and I try to post information ahead of time about my classes. And here is the document that we're going to use in today's class. So if you're on a laptop or a computer, you can open it up in a separate window and then follow along with the class as well. One other thing to remember as we go through our class, is best if you can keep your microphone muted when you're not speaking, because background noise can get disturbing for the other students. So let's see who's joined us so far in our class. First one in was Carolina. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How you doing today?
Doing well.
That's good. And
Uh-huh.
Carolina, where are you from?
From Spain.
Spain.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Mhm.
And last time I talked to someone from Spain, they were telling me that it was very hot. Is it
Yes.
still very hot?
Yes, it's still very hot. It's very hot.
So what are you doing to cope with the heat, Carolina?
Um, okay, I switch on the air condition.
Air conditioning.
Air
Okay.
conditioning, yes, is the only way to survive here.
Yeah, air conditioning is nice.
Uh-huh.
So you can go from the air-conditioned house, you go outside and it's really hot, but then you go into the air-conditioned car.
Yes, yes,
And then you drive to the air-conditioned shopping center.
yes, more or less. Yes, and what thing I don't like is the changes of temperature. It's very annoying to be at home and then go out and suddenly the huge hot is like a, I don't know, it's like a heat or something like that.
It's like getting punched in the face.
Yes, yes.
I know exactly what you mean. It's
Mhm.
been very hot here in the Dominican Republic too.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yes.
Sometimes the sun, I feel like it's like a magnifying glass is above my
Yes.
head and the
Yes.
sun is just beating through it.
Yes. 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 And the humidity is,
High
I don't know
humidity.
how humidity is, because it's like you can't breathe. I mean, it's very difficult to breathe.
Yeah,
Mm.
I
But
understand.
but in winter we have a good winters. Yes.
But summer's almost over for in Spain, right?
No, it's not over. It's, no.
How much more summer do you have?
So, can you repeat?
How much longer is summer
Oh,
in Spain?
it depends on the city. But in my city, which is in the southeast, we have 1 month left.
A
Yes,
whole month. Okay.
yes, more or less. It depends on the year, but sometimes it's, in October it starts to be colder, but sometimes even in November is hot. Yes.
Okay. Now Raphael, he says it's like being inside an oven. So let's talk to him. Raphael, what do you say?
Hi, I'm from Brazil. I live in Rio de Janeiro, and I know what she means because here in Brazil, it's summer all the time. It doesn't matter if it's winter or if it's fall. It's always sunny and it's always summer. So I know she's talking about.
So, Carolina says she uses air conditioning. What do you do to stay cool?
The same, the same. I use air conditioner, and I leave work at 2 p.m. So imagine leaving the building with air conditioner and going to a bus stop with no air conditioner. And sometimes buses don't have it, so I melt.
Oh boy. Wow. Yeah, it's a tough time to live in the summer in the hot
Hmm.
countries.
Hmm.
Well, let's see. We have Rafa with us, and his profile picture is an iceberg. So let's see what Rafa says about the weather right now. Rafa, what's going on?
I'm from Spain too, and I agree with my mate. It's so hot right now here, similar to Rio de Janeiro and other places. I think the greenhouse effect is a fact. It's not an hypothetical situation. If we could, if we could have another weather, it could be better. But it
So
would be
you'd
better.
like to be on that iceberg right now?
Yes, this is a picture from Iceland. I was there last last August in the last year. It's so amazing and it's a beautiful weather there. With a lot of humidity and a lot of water, fluent water everywhere, icebergs and snow surrounding every place. Beautiful place, Iceland.
Oh, you enjoyed your vacation.
Yes, I enjoyed it a lot.
Very good. Very good. Great to have all of you here with us in the class today. Let's just say hello to Jesus. How you doing? Hello, Jesus. Oh, he's okay. You're typing in the chat box. Do you have a microphone, Jesus? We can't hear you. You haven't got headphones today. Okay, so you just want to listen in and type in the chat box today? Okay, no problem. No problem. Great to have you with us. We'll try to keep track of your comments as we go through the lesson, okay? Great. And then we have, okay, is it Yacine? Maybe I'm saying your name wrong. Yasine? Yasine. Let me type it in the box here. Hello. Oh, we got a chat message in the other box. Hang on now. Yasin. Okay, Yasin. Now we can't hear you. Do you have a microphone? Okay, maybe check it, make sure it's turned up because we can't hear you. Have you used this microphone on Verbling before, Yasin? Okay, so what can be the problem? Is it plugged into your computer or is it built into your computer? Is it like headphones like I have? Is it plugged in with a cord? So maybe you have to try unplugging them and plug them back in. And when you talk, at the bottom of your Hangout screen, do you see the little green dots? No green dots. Okay. So, let me see here. I had problems with my microphone a couple of weeks ago. What did I do to fix it? Let me see. You could try going out of the class and coming back in. That might help if you want to try that. While he's working on his technical issues, hopefully everybody's opened up the document that I got for you for today's class. I'll put it in the other chat box in case. Okay. Now, if you have that open, you'll see we have a few questions at the beginning. So let's start by asking Carolina question number 1. Are the people of your country well-mannered? What would you say?
I think yes. Yes, we are not very strict, but I think we have some of rules, some rules about yes how to behave in public or something like that. Something like that. Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
good.
Uh,
Uh,
Yasin,
Yasin,
is your mic
is your
working?
mic working?
Hello, Yasin. Still not
Still not
getting
getting
anything from
anything from
you,
you,
but my
but
own
my
voice
own
is
voice
coming
is
back.
coming back.
I'll have to keep you on mute for a minute. Okay. Sorry about that, Yasin. Keep trying. We'll try to get you in this class. Sorry, Carolina, for cutting you off. Would you like to explain? You said yes, the people in your country are well-mannered. So why did you answer that way?
Um, I don't know why.
Like, are they polite when they're speaking?
Uh-huh.
Like, what type of good manners do people in
Oh,
Spain show?
okay, I understand. Um, yes, we have some rules about how to speak with old people. For example, we have, for example, we don't say you when we are speaking with our boss or our mother-in-law or something like that. We use another word. Mm, I think you know because you are in the Republic. How do you say that in the country you are? How do you say?
Where you live?
Yeah, you.
Me? Oh, Dominican Republic.
Okay. In Dominican Republic, maybe this word exists to speak with all people. Or instead to say you, they say
Yeah.
another word.
So yeah, it's like it's usted instead of tú.
Yes.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that's a good example.
in Spain it's the same because it's the same language. So we have this kind of rule to speak with all people or your boss or your mother or father-in-law or something like that. this is I think it's a kind of good manner.
Okay, very good.
Hmm.
And
Oh,
hello, Yasin, is that you?
Yes. Do you hear me now?
Hey, I can hear you. Yes.
Finally. Okay, okay. How are you?
Good, good. Yasin, tell us where you're from.
I am from Morocco.
Morocco. Okay, fantastic. So, Yasin, we're talking about good manners.
Uh-huh.
And Carolina's been explaining that she feels like the people in her country are well mannered or that they have good manners.
Uh-huh.
So, I've got a question for you. What customs or social rules does your country have that a foreigner might not know?
Uh, okay. If you, for example, if you say hello, if you have a friend, you meet a friend with a lot of his friends, you have to check all the hands, okay? To
Okay, so if you come up and there's a group of people, but you only know one of them?
Yes, you have to check all of your friend hands.
Okay, very good. So what would people think if you didn't do that?
You have not good manners if you don't do that.
Okay, okay. Very interesting example. What about you, Rafael? What examples could you think of? Something that a foreigner might not know about?
I'm afraid I don't have one, but I have some comment. For
Okay.
example, I think it's really hard to say that we have good manners, we don't have good manners. Which am I based? Because if you compare something like, oh, I'm in Brazil and we have good manners, and if I go to the USA and I behave as a Brazilian person, and so I don't have good manners. So it's really hard to say if we are polite or we are not polite. So that's why I'm saying that, because maybe we would be judgmental, if you know what I mean.
Yes, that's kind of what this is, a little bit of what this class is about, is how cultures have different ideas about good manners. So I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying. That's good.
And I can say that I think people uh, would see us Brazilian as not polite, because we're very informal. We are very informal and friendly. For example, you can come to Brazil by yourself. You don't need to bring your family. I say that to people. If you want to travel, if you can come to Brazil all by yourself, and you're going to make a lot of friends. Just asking the time or where you want to go.
Okay, I understand. So people can be fairly safe and can get a lot of help from other people in Brazil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's nice. I like that. That sounds good.
Yes.
Now, let's just go to Carolina and ask her, is there any custom or rule of manners in Spain that a visitor, a foreigner, might not know?
okay. Yes, we have we usually kiss people. We usually give two kisses when we say hello to someone. It's usually to do that. Give two kisses into the cheek, no,
Onto the
chest, yeah,
cheek?
cheek,
Cheek.
yeah, cheek. Yes, and when I am abroad, sometimes I forget that, for example, in England, they don't do that, and I feel confused because
Yeah.
it's very strange for them to do that, but it's very usual for us because it means that I don't know, you are polite, give two kisses. Uh,
Okay. Yeah, they do that here too, in the Dominican Republic.
really?
They mostly between women. Like if
Yes,
two women are
between
friends, they will.
women and a woman and a man, sorry. Men don't kiss each other. They shake their hands.
Yeah,
They
that's
kiss.
more common here. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I remember when I first moved here and I was meeting someone and I stick my hand out to shake their hand. It was a young woman, and then
Uh-huh.
she comes in for the kiss, and I was like, ah, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, yes, yes, I understand.
Okay, really good examples, guys. Let's look at question number 3. What examples of bad manners do you often see? So let's go with Yassine. What examples of bad manners do you see?
Bad manners. Uh, I don't have now. You can I can tell you later.
Okay, we'll come back to you. What about Raphael? Raphael, have you
Um,
got an example?
I'm thinking maybe if you meet a group of people and you don't say hi to everyone, it happens a lot. Someone gave an example earlier. You don't need to shake everybody's hands, but you need to say hi to everyone because if you only know one person there, if you say hi just to him or to her, people don't like it because it seems that you don't appreciate their company or something like this.
Okay, okay, good example. Carolina, did you have one?
Hmm, maybe when you are in the bus and there are old people standing.
Okay,
Sometimes young people or even adults, they don't, how do you say that? They don't give the seat for that old people.
okay, giving up their seat
Yeah,
on the bus. Very good.
yes, I think
Uh,
it's important.
Now, Jesus, if you have an example, go ahead and type it to us in the chat box if you would like. Uh, let's say hello to Fernando. Hello, Fernando.
Hi there, do you hear me?
I do, yes.
Nice.
How you been?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Good. Where
Mm.
are you? Where do you live?
I'm Brazil.
Okay, that's 2 from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're talking, as you know, about manners.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of an example of bad manners that you often see?
Okay. uh, I think someone mentioned already. Uh, if you have a, how do I say, a parking and uh, oh god, I don't remember the word. Okay, and you have a place for uh, people with wheelchair or something like that uh, to be preferred in that place. But often we see people uh, that are total okay with healthy placing their cars on that place. I think that's it. I don't remember the
Okay,
slot.
so
The slot, I think slot is the word. Is better than in place.
so you're kind of along with Carolina, the idea of showing consideration for people who have special needs.
Yes, that's that.
Very good. Okay. And let's just go back to Yassine. Did you come up with one?
Yes, I think in my country we don't say thank you enough. You know,
Aha. Yes.
for example, in a cafe, if a waiter come with your what you asked for, you don't have to say thank you, and I think it's not a good manner.
Okay. Yes, that's true. I've seen that a lot too. where people don't just express that simple word, thank you or please.
Yeah.
Say please when you
Oh,
ask for
please.
something.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Can I
very
add you
good.
something?
Please do.
Because there's something that really annoys me, and I think it happens everywhere. I'm not sure. When people scream on the phone, sometimes they scream, and I wonder why they are screaming because there's no necessity to scream, and especially if you are inside the bus, they pick up the phone and they start talking, and it seems that they are using microphones.
So, do you mean they're actually screaming like they're angry, or do you mean
No,
they're
no, they're
talking loud?
talking out
Shouting.
loud, like screaming.
Aha. Okay. Yeah, that is annoying. They do that here when I go to the movies.
Hmm.
I'm trying to watch the movie, and they got their phone out, and they're talking on the phone. It's crazy.
It's even worse.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is look at some vocabulary,
Okay.
and I'm going to turn on screen sharing. But go ahead and open the document that I gave you if you haven't already done so. I'm going to try to make this a little bit larger. Let's see here. Okay. So here you see we have some, in red, some different words. Um, Fernando, okay, good. Thanks for muting. It was just some noise in the background there. We have some words in red, and then below I have some definitions. So what I want to try to do with you is get you to match the words with the proper definitions. So let's get started, and I'll ask Yassine, can you tell me what is the definition for this word respect?
Respect. Okay. Uh, show a regard for another's feeling.
Okay, that would certainly be a respectful way to act. That's true. But there might be another one on here that matches even a little bit better.
Appropriate social behavior or conduct established in the community.
Okay, again, that's a good guess because if you do that, you are being respectful. That's true. But have a look at this one.
Uh,
The condition of being esteemed or
honor.
honored. So when you go and you approach a group of people and you shake all of their hands, you are honoring all of them. You're showing yourself to
Yes.
be respectful, right?
Yes.
So that's probably the closest match. Very good. Excellent, though. You've got the idea. Let's see. What about this word, rude? What do you think, Fernando? What is the definition for rude?
Okay, let's see. Health, manners, and behavior impolite.
Okay, very good. Very good. A rude person is rough in the way that they speak and talk. Okay, how about this one? It's spelled two different ways. It's nosy. Nosy. What do you think, Raphael? What is the definition of nosy?
I'm not sure, but I think it means someone who asks many personal questions.
Good. Yes. So maybe the second definition here we could use. A gossip, a busybody. Those are some synonyms that you could use for nosy. And that's considered rude in a lot of cultures if you ask a lot of personal questions. What about in Brazil?
Uh, yes, yes, it is. It is rude, but we have different perspectives. For example, it's not um, rude if you ask about your family. How many children do you have? Are you married? But not in a bad way. You don't meet someone for the first time and ask, "Are you married?" Because it might seem that you're interested in him or her emotionally.
Ah, okay.
Okay, but it's not a problem. So, but if you ask about salary and money and too uh, many personal things, people won't like it.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. That's the same here in this country. It's appropriate to ask about the person's family, their health, etc., but maybe don't get too much more personal than that. Okay, very good job, Rafael. Now, Carolina, I'm going to give this word to you. Slurp.
Slurp. To make loud sucking noises when eating or drinking.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Now,
Yes.
Carolina,
Uh-huh.
when people eat and drink,
Mm-hmm.
do they slurp in your country? Is it acceptable or is that rude?
No, it's rude. It's very rude. Yes, it's very annoying. Yes. Hmm.
Okay. Yassine, what about in Morocco? Do people slurp their food?
No, it's not good. It's not good to slurp.
Okay, very interesting. Now, let's look at another word here. We have burp and belch. So that word goes to you, Yassine.
Burp. Uh, Verb is to make. It's like to make a sound of. To noisily release gas from stomach throughout the mouth.
You got it, exactly. Very good. And
Okay.
in some cultures, that is considered polite at the end of the meal to burp.
And not in mine.
Yeah, not here either. But last time I did a class on etiquette, I found out that that was true, that in some places they do that.
Ah.
Okay, let's do one more. Let's try this one. Blabbermouth. So let's give that one to Fernando. What is a blabbermouth?
I really don't know what it means.
Okay,
never,
so
never, never see it.
here we see the word mouth is in there, so it might give you a clue.
Okay. Muff. Hmm. Okay, let me try. Okay. Okay. I think it's likely to be highly offensive, attacking, undue attention to yourself, being a show off. Is that it?
Okay, you know what? That one kind of does work for a blabbermouth.
Mm-hmm.
But that one is specifically obnoxious. If someone
Mm.
is obnoxious, they are highly offensive. You just can't stand to be around them. But a blabbermouth, he just never shuts up. He's
Okay.
always, always talking. A person who talks too much.
Mm-hmm.
You never get your chance to speak.
Okay, man, I got it.
All right. So, any questions about any of these vocabulary words before we move on? Okay. So now let's get into some hypothetical situations. Now, here is the first situation. Number one. Could you read this situation for us, Raphael?
Yes. You go out for lunch with a friend. He claims he forgot his wallet but promises to repay you if you foot the bill. You agree. You have seen him twice since he has not offered. to reimburse you.
Okay. So, a couple of things in this you might not understand. Maybe you do. What does it mean to foot the bill?
To pay it alone, maybe.
Good. To pay it and then reimburse?
When you give the money back.
Right. So, Raphael, what would you do in this hypothetical situation?
Okay, I know that it happens only once with me. It will happen only once. So if it happens with a friend, and if he doesn't reimburse me within a month or 2 months or 6 months, I will not try to get the money back, and I will never pay the bill all by myself again, and maybe he's not a friend.
Okay. So you give him one chance.
Yes, only one chance. I'm not saying that I will not talk to him anymore, but that's when you see who is your friend and who is not.
Okay. So do you feel that it would be bad manners if you asked him for the money or if you reminded him about the money?
Mm, no, no, it's not bad manners. I think it's about the way you ask. Sometimes people forget. I understand, but you know when someone is forgetting and when someone is trying to deceive you.
Okay. Okay. So you would try to read that situation and then decide how you would act.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right, very good. Now, does anyone else have an opinion on this situation? What would you do?
In my case, it depends if I need the money or not.
Yeah, okay. So
But yeah,
let's say you need the money, then what would you do?
uh, okay. I would try to be very very polite and ask it in a very polite way. Please, maybe you don't remember, but you have a doubt, and if you don't mind, please return my money.
Okay, well let's see if this will work. So, Carolina, you can do this with Fernando. Fernando,
Okay.
you owe Carolina money and you meet on the street. She's going to ask you and remind you about it, okay? So just kind of play it out.
Okay. So,
Okay.
Carolina will ask me, right?
Yeah, so now just pretend you're meeting on the street. You can greet each other and then Carolina can remind you about it.
Okay. Hello, Fernando. How are
Hi,
you?
guys. Hi, Carolina. How are you? I'm fine.
Okay. Um, I don't know if you remember, but the other day we had a meal in a restaurant, in a very expensive restaurant, and you forgot your wallet, and we decided uh, that I pay for you, but didn't, you haven't returned it yet. What happened? Do you remember?
Oh, I totally forgot it. I'm sorry. I have my wallet now, and I'll pay you right now. Here's it.
Oh, okay. Okay, no problem.
All
Sorry,
right.
sorry for forgetting it. Really sorry.
No problem.
Good job. Okay. So, what did you think, Yassine? Was Carolina polite?
Yes, yes. I think she said it politely.
Okay, very good. So now I have a different test for you, Yassine, with Raphael. This
Okay.
time, this time Raphael borrowed money from you,
Mhm.
and he didn't pay you back, but you're
Uh-huh.
going to ask for it back, but you're not going to be polite. You're going to be kind of rude. You
Okay.
understand?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys go ahead. You're meeting on the street.
Hi, Rafael. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, and you?
Fine, thank you. But I'm not fine because you didn't give me back my money that I handed to you the other day. You remember?
Oh man, it happened so long ago, so I didn't remember. Sorry.
No, don't worry. I was expecting it. Now, do you have money to give me now?
Yes, I have it.
So thank
Sorry.
you for giving.
Okay. So you were still kind of polite. You were still a little
Aha.
a little bit polite. You were not as polite as Carolina, but you were a little bit polite. But
Okay,
that's
I can't I can't go further than that.
you want to do it. Okay, go for it again. This time you're really mad, remember.
Okay. Hi, Rafael.
Hi.
I called you yesterday. Why do you don't answer?
I didn't see it.
Yes, you didn't see it. I have I can't tell you why you don't answer me because you you are trying to avoid that I ask you my money back.
No, you're not right, man. You're not right.
Yes. So can you explain me what do you don't give me yet my money?
Uh, Money? What money?
The money I gave you the last week.
Ah,
You
you're crazy. You're crazy. I don't owe you any money.
I I have witness that say that saw me give you the money. You forget about it.
Yes.
So I owe you you owe me $50. You have to pay me right now, please.
Ah, okay, man. You're crazy. Here it is.
I'm not crazy. You will give me my money right now.
Okay, that's better. Yeah, you were
With
a little
that.
more angry that time.
Okay.
Raphael didn't help you either. He was being
Yes,
difficult.
yes, yes.
Okay, very good. Let's look at a different situation now.
Okay.
Let's go down to number 3. This one is called bad date. So, Carolina, can you read this scenario for us?
Yes. You are out on a date with a new person. You can sense that the date is going to be a huge flop. You are not sure if you should trick it out or make up an excuse to ditch him or her.
Okay, let's just look at a couple of these words in bold. What does it mean if something is a huge flop?
A disaster or something like that?
Yep, that's right. Very
Uh-huh.
good.
Mhm.
And what does it mean if you stick it out?
Continue with the date.
Exactly. Endure it. Continue. Good. And then what does it mean to ditch someone?
The opposite. Mm, but I don't remember any synonym, sorry. um,
So if
I don't
if
know.
if you're on a date with someone and you ditch them, what does it mean?
Don't go, don't go.
Well, you're already out on the date with them. So you're together, but you're thinking, "Hey, I want to get out of here." So you make up an excuse and you leave. That's called ditching someone. Or
Oh,
maybe you
uh-huh.
tell them you're going to go to the bathroom, but you just never come back.
Oh, really?
That's to ditch someone.
Not fair.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. But okay, Carolina, this is your scenario, so tell us what you would do in this case.
Oh, mm, I don't know. In any case, I did him. In any case, because I think it was really rude. Um, but maybe I continue with the date and we see what happens.
Okay. So you would do the polite thing and try to stick it out.
Yes. Mhm.
All right. All right. Very good. Has that ever happened to you?
No, no, I don't think so. I don't remember, but no, no.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else have a comment on this scenario?
I could say that I would try to make up an excuse or try to make myself look bad, not physically, I mean, but try to say bad things about me, white lies, for example. I had a wife, I'm divorced, I have a lot of children, and then this person will not want to be with me anymore.
So wait a minute now, Raphael. You would try to trick them into ditching you.
Yes.
Very sneaky, sir. Okay.
Because it's really hard to say no to someone in my case. It's
It,
really hard.
okay. All right. We're learning about each other here by the way we respond. That's interesting. Now, what about Fernando? What would you do?
I think I'll do. I'll make an excuse, not as Rafael. I'll try to. Oh, I just remember I have a urgent uh, thing I need to do right now. Sorry, I have to leave. So really, really sorry, I have to leave, and something like that. Uh, I wouldn't. I think it would be very hard to just say, oh, just say, I'm not having a good time. Goodbye. Uh, but I would say something like that if the person is being really, really rude.
Okay.
If the person is really, 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 really rude, I would just say, oh, done. I don't want to be here. Goodbye.
Okay. So you might just come straight at the situation and be honest about it.
If I think the person is already being rude to me, or if the person uh, understand that and okay, not doing it for me. I don't. I wouldn't like to hurt the people.
Uh-huh.
Uh, that's it.
Okay. So let's do a little test here. So let's suppose that Rafael and Carolina, you're having this bad date. So Rafael, you want to get out of it. So let's hear what you would say to Carolina to get out of it.
Um, hey Carolina.
Hello.
Um, Hi.
Hi, hi.
I'm so sorry. I know that you did everything to be here today, but my wife, my ex-wife, not my wife.
Okay.
That would do it, Rafael. That would do it.
My ex-wife needs me, and it happens all the time. I don't know why, but maybe there's a problem with our daughter, so I need to go.
Okay, so bye.
Bye.
It was easy.
All right. Good job. Good job. Bye.
It
Get
means
out of
it means
here.
she's not interested. Just bye. Okay, bye.
Okay. Bye.
So, if you are interested in your ex-wife, bye.
Okay. Okay. Very good. So sometimes people use their cell phone to get out of a bad date. How might you be able to
Okay.
use your cell phone, Yasin?
Yes, I will put my I will tell a friend to call me at 4 o'clock, for example, and I will answer him, and he can say me that. there is a urgent case or something like that to get me out of the date.
Okay, an emergency phone call.
Yes.
Very good. That can work, but people are getting wise to that tactic. They recognize it because it's been in the movies a lot, right?
Yes. But it works. It works. It works.
Okay, let's go on to a different scenario now. Number 5. And how about Fernando? Can you read number 5?
Okay. Your partner has just given you a sweater vest for a birthday. It is ridiculous. You are considering asking for the receipt so you can exchange it for something else.
Okay, good. So this word hideous. Hideous. What does that mean, Fernando?
Ridiculous. I'm not sure. Something ridiculous.
Hideous.
Something hidden, right? Hidden. Something that is not like something is hidden.
Yeah, it's
Comfort.
really, really ugly.
Okay.
Really, it's bad. Its colors are terrible. It's got an ugly picture on
Oh.
it. It's hideous. You don't want to look at it.
Okay. I
So,
got it.
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Uh, okay, my partner, right?
Could be your wife. Could be your girlfriend.
Uh-huh. It's actually a real problem. Not because it's not something that needs to be reduced, but sometimes you just don't like it. It just don't fit you right. So I try to be I try to make out something really because if I just said that I don't like it, I don't want it. She's probably not like will not like it. If I am giving a gift and the person say if the person say he or she don't like it, doesn't like it, I will be totally fine. I'll be happy that she tells me, but not everybody act like that. So I try to slowly explain why I don't like that thing or that other thing, and try to politely ask for the receipt, but it's something complicated in some ways in
Okay.
some situations.
Do you know what is a sweater vest?
I think sweater. I think it is it's a cloth. Sorry. um, Sweater vest. I don't really know what vest with sweater means. So,
Oh,
no, I don't know.
okay. Let me give you an example.
Uh,
Let me find a picture here. An ugly sweater vest. Okay, here's one.
Idiot.
mm,
Hang on, here comes the picture. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with. This is what they bought you, and they expect
okay.
you to wear it. So let's let's work this out. Let's see that Carolina, you gave this to Fernando, and you're really excited about it, Carolina. But Fernando,
I will never do. So, but okay, we can pretend.
so well,
Okay.
let's play this out. So open your present, Fernando, and that's what you find
Okay.
inside. Let's see how you're gonna react.
Okay. So,
Hello, Fernando. Happy birthday. Here you
oh,
have a present.
thank you, Carolina. Carolina.
Uh-huh.
Oh, thank you. But I think it's really it's something. There's something a problem with. Uh, would be perfect to go to work with it, but I could wear something with flowers in the work. So I would like to have one more uh, discreet. I don't know if it's the word. One of these. So could you give me the receipt so I could exchange it for something uh, a little more, a little less colorful?
Okay, but I think it's perfect for you. But if you want the receipt, here you are.
Thank you.
Okay, okay. Good job, Fernando. Good job. Okay, very good. So we've just got a couple of minutes left of this class. So what we'll do now is just look at a couple of pictures, and I want you to comment whether it's good manners or bad manners that you see happening. Okay?
Okay.
So let's start with this one, and I'll give this one to Yassine.
Okay.
Whoops, let me make it bigger. There we go.
It's a good manner
Okay, why do you say so?
because the 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 woman is coming to the child and looking at her eyes to shake his hand.
Okay, very good. So how would you say this child is acting towards the adult?
She she is smiling
Very good.
and looking at her eyes.
Right. So maybe you've noticed that a lot of children don't do that.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes parents don't teach their children to respectfully greet
Mhm.
and acknowledge adults.
Yes.
Okay, good job. All right, here's one for you, Raphael.
It's easy to see that it's bad manners.
What's
He's
wrong with it?
starving. It's bad manner if you are with a group of people, but if you're alone, you can do whatever you want.
Even if you're alone, I think this is pretty crazy manners. But okay, okay. Have you ever seen anybody do that in a restaurant?
No, no,
No.
thank God, no.
Okay, here's one for Carolina.
Oh, very polite. Yes. We don't do that nowadays because because we don't use hats. But
Hey, I wear a hat a lot of the time.
oh, okay, okay, but not this kind of hats. I'm sure.
Well,
No,
no, I don't. You're right.
no,
I
no,
don't.
no. Sorry. Yes, it's
But
a very yes.
go
Tell me.
ahead.
No, no, no. It's, no.
So even though we don't do this,
Uh-huh.
what is something that a gentleman would do in the presence of a lady?
Um, I don't know. Shake the hand or
Okay.
or do that. I don't know what bow or bow. How do you say?
Bow? Okay. Bow? Maybe in
Yes,
some countries they do that, like in Japan, I think that they
yes,
still do that for greeting.
yes, yes.
Um,
And it depends on the if when you bow in Japan, you have to know if the other person is in up in the social how do you say that in the social stand. I don't know how to say that. If you are in front of a person who is very very important, you have to band very I don't know very strongly, you
oh,
know.
like you mean like bow down kind of thing or
Yes, and
kneel?
yes,
Kneel.
no need, but yes, and if the person is not very important socially, you don't need to bow very so strongly.
Okay, okay. So it depends on what class the other person is in related to you.
Yes, more or less.
Okay, very interesting. Okay, very good. One more here. This one will be for Fernando.
Okay, and this is not polite um, to get the plate. And I said I saw children doing that, but it's totally not polite.
Okay. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Because in some cultures, this is okay to do. In some cultures, apparently. So it's interesting how things change from one country to another. And if we didn't know ahead of time, we could do something that might be really offensive to someone else. So it's good to maybe research that if you're going to travel to an exotic location, maybe try to find out what is the acceptable behavior for that area. But it's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed today's class. I have another class coming up on Wednesday at this same time. And what we're going to do on Wednesday is play some different word games and speaking games together. So the whole hour will be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys can plan ahead and maybe join me for my class on Wednesday. So
Okay.
thank you all for your participation and have a terrific day.
Okay, thank you, Ryan.
Bye.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye, Rafael.